Good morning, coaches. This is your wake-up call. Today is Monday, February 9th, and here's your host, Executive Vice President of Global Sales, Mr. Jeff Hill.
Sandy, you are going fast. Like it's on my clock, it says 8:58. Half of the world still wants that extra minute of sleep. But
go ahead. We can just chat with each other, and I can do it over.
No way. Let's get this thing going. It is time to wake up. It is time to start the new week. It is Monday, in case anyone has is a little bit lost on where we are. But it is. We've completed the first full week in February. Let me just say this. It was an absolutely power-packed week. We launched the Extreme 21-Day Fix to great results that is continuing to pop. We launched our Team Cup, and great things are happening with the Team Cup. It's fun to see the leaderboards, but you know what? It's anybody's race. People play games with that. They kind of lurk back there a little bit and kind of see where things are, and then they go. But again, the most powerful thing about that Team Cup is that it brings people together. It creates leadership. It's a great place to create accountability, to learn the basics of this business. So coaches, we had a record number of Team Cups. If you're on a cup and you still haven't pulled yourselves together, it's not too late. It's not about winning this thing. Let's be honest. For some it is, but for many it is about understanding, getting in, creating quick wins, getting started, understanding what the basics are, learning how to hold challenge groups, learning how to position products, developing relationships. That's what this Team Cup is about. So whether you've generated 1,000 points or 10 points or 1 point right now, I don't care. But what I do care about is you taking advantage of what's in front of you this week and making it happen. So we've got a great call today that's going to focus on challenge groups, on adding value to challenge groups and how you can do that. So make this week count. I mean, right now, make a decision. You're going to make this week count. And if other people on your Team Cup have been less enthusiastic than you, then step up. Be the leader. Be the one that elevates the bar, the one that elevates the decibel level on your team and act. Lead the way. No one is stopping you. I loved at our National Leader Conference we had several weeks ago. Trina Gray, Superstar Diamond, 15-star Diamond, Trina Gray talked about nobody has to give you permission to act. Nobody has to give you permission other than yourself. So let that be your theme as you jump in. Well, okay, we got some things we got to talk about. 3 things that you need to know. Of course, you all know that we did launch 21-Day Fix Extreme, and we have challenge packs to support all those. So there are the 21-Day Fix Extreme and Shakeology Challenge Pack at $140. We have the Shakeology Challenge Pack promotion with just the 21-Day Fix and Shakeology Challenge Pack promotion at $140. So you've got the Extreme and just the 21-Day Fix. You've got that on Espanol as well. You've got the Shakeology, the 21-Day Fix Extreme and Shakeology Kickstart Challenge Pack for $180. And you've got the 21-Day Fix, just the regular 21-Day Fix Kickstart Challenge Packs at $180. And, of course, the 3-Day Refresh Shakeology Challenge Pack for $140. So you have 6 different challenge packs out there to help you this month go out and create challenge groups, okay, to get people started in the business the right way. So there should be nothing that's holding anybody back. Of course, this is week 2, as we've already talked about, with the Team Beachbody Cup. We had, I think, something like 5,700 teams. That's 27,000 coaches that at least have their name on a team that are saying, hey, I want to participate, I want to do something. So with that, if you earn the Tier 1 prize, which means you have to hit Success Club 5 and your team has to earn 30 team points, you'll earn the Team 1 prize, which is the exclusive Autumn Calabrese bobblehead. Add it to your 2 others of Tony and Sean, and I don't know that life could get any better. But it's a lot of fun. It's a bit of a prize to say, hey, look, go for this. And, of course, we have a lot of other great prizes in our 2 and 3 that we'll be talking about more. You can go on teambeachbody.com/Team Beachbody Cup and see what all the prizes are and the top 10 prizes. But again, Tier 1 prize right now is the Autumn Calabrese bobblehead. Just a fun prize to have and something that says, you know what, I am in this. Now, number 3, this is a biggie, guys. This is a biggie. All of you know, all of you should know that we have a summit, our huge gathering in July in Nashville, Tennessee, Summit 2015. We have over 22,000 coaches right now registered. We just opened up another 2,000 registration spots for people to get in. And the good part about it as well is that we still have discounted hotel rooms. That means where we've created blocks and negotiated rooms in downtown Nashville. So when people say, hey, there's no room left, you'd be wrong. Now, these rooms will go quickly, but get registered, get a hotel room downtown so that you're in the heart of the action. Now, just as a little bit of a tempter, I'm going to announce this morning who the 2 summit keynote speakers are going to be. Not just one speaker, but 2. On Friday and on Saturday, we have 2 speakers. The first is, and I know there's a lot of excitement about this individual, is the world-renowned motivational speaker, best-selling author of Leaders Eat Last and Start With Why, author Simon Sinek. And he is going to be absolutely sensational. I mean, people pay a lot of money just to go to him alone, and he will be speaking at our summit. In addition to Simon Sinek, at our recent leadership in, I can't even remember where we were. We were in Scottsdale, Arizona. We brought in an individual who is a National Geographic photographer, creativity expert, a gentleman by the name of DeWitt Jones. And he does a presentation on creativity and on creating the highest place of potential in your lives and your businesses. And you can't even explain what this presentation looks like unless you've seen it, other than you will walk away from this with a combination of what he teaches and his images that he shares that you just go, it was just simply a hair-raising from a tingle standpoint experience and insights. Ask anyone that went to leadership, and they will tell you this guy was phenomenal. So 2 more great reasons to be at Summit, Simon Sinek and DeWitt Jones. So get registered, get a hotel room. So with those 3 things out of the way, let's recognize those who advanced their business this last week by bringing on Darren Ashby. Darren.
Thank you, Jeff, and good morning, coaches. I don't believe I will ever get tired of saying that. Well, we are kicking this month off in high gear for sure. We have 80 new Diamond coaches to introduce to you, so let's get started. Congratulations, new Diamonds, Carly Alves, Nicolette Anderson, Katie Auerhan, Sheila Beza, from Canada, Loretta Banks, Hope Bauer, Ruben Besnays, Aaron Blair, Melissa Blevins, Carly Bosker, Kendra Calloway, Brittany Case, Sylvia Caswell, Paula Chavez, Lauren Chiara De La Maza, Karen Christoph, James Connolly, Tim Coram, Beth Creek, Danielle Crossan, Monica Del Rosario, Andrea Della Durante, I hope I got that right, Courtney DeRosa, Amanda Diaz, from Canada, Shelley Doyle, Amy Dutton, Allison Erlenbush, Megan Foster, Ashley Frank, Leah Garza, Tiffany Geist, Emily Goss, Christy Grabby, Canyon Grantham, Jennifer Griffin, Mandy Griffith, Jackie Hart, Brittany Henry, Lindsay Herman, Stephanie Hoffa, Gracie Holbert, Megan Joy, Trip Knowles, Janine Lacey, Jenny LeDuc, Julie Losaro, Melissa Ludwig, Natalia Maldonado, Haru Mansfield, J.D. Martin, Cara Maxell, Maxie, Sarah McAllister, Teresa McDonald, Nicole Mendez, Misty Nana from Canada, Brian Norder, Kate Patulski, Danielle Painter, Nina Pears, Jennifer Pizzolo, Arlen Pino, Danielle Prestigion, Jean Reed, Ashley Reisner, Carmen Robinson, Taryn Santeski, Lauren Shaw, Ashley Smith, Angie Spillman, Tina Ullman, Alyssa Utek, Gina Vargas, Lori Ville, Kelly Wager, Jason Wiggins, Patty Williams, and Richard Yanner. Keep it up, Diamonds. This is awesome. All right, now on to the new Star Diamonds for the week from Canada, Stephanie Carvalho, Mackenzie Hatter, Katie Kurtz, Cedric Layton, Carissa McEwen, Candace Owen, Amanda Tress, and Jody Valdez. New 2-star diamonds for the week, and these first two in their secondary CBCs, we have Heather Dixon and Katie Hefner, and also new 2-star diamond, Gabri Means. Now our new 3-star diamond for the week. Congratulations to Megan Rathbone. New 4-star diamond, Shannon Iwanatis. New 5-star diamond. In a secondary CBC, we have Michelle Myers. Our newest 6-star diamond, congratulations to Aaron Conlon. New 7-star diamond, Holly Meredith. And our newest 8-star diamond for the week, congratulations to Shane Fryer. Now on to the daily Beachbody Challenge winners for February 1st through the 8th. And you know this, each one of these coaches won $500. Congratulations to Paul Hopp, Crystal Goodwin, Keith Picard, Kim Holscher, Jeremy DeLeon, Jackie Kroll, Yannick Marchand, and Tricia Corder. Good job, guys. Now for the top challenge pack sales for the week. On the top of that list is Melanie Mitro, Leslie Davis, Zach Sims, Ariane Breton, and Brittany Powers. Top recruiters for the week, Lindsay Matway, Amy Silverman, Anita Myron, Tulin Emery, Megan Ewaldson, and Melanie Mitro. And for the top Success Club point earners for the week, congratulations to Melanie Mitro, Leslie Davis, Ariane Breton, Megan Wazinski, and Brittany Powers. All right, well, there you have it. Another recognition week in the books. Coaches, keep up the great work. And if you get a second, reach out and congratulate these coaches on the call today. Good luck in the Team Cup, and make it a fantastic week. Jeff?
But, Darren, there is more than just those that we announced this morning. We also want to make sure that we give a huge shout-out to Melanie Mitro, who this last week achieved Superstar 2 Diamond status. That means she's a 15-star diamond in 2 business centers, which is an absolutely huge achievement. Of course, she was top coach of the year this last year. She continues to move her business forward, and want to make sure that we give a huge shout-out and a congratulations to Melanie Mitro all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But that's a great achievement. I want to make sure that she knows that we know she has hit this huge achievement. So congratulations to Melanie. Okay, coaches, this morning, we know many of you are in the throes of your challenge groups of Team Cup, and this morning we have one of our 2014 Elite 10 coaches to talk a little bit more about how to add value to the challengers within your group. Maybe just to lay a little bit of context for this, I had a great conversation with Carl on Friday, and we were just talking about our business and the way our business is run and the difference. And I had shared with him a little bit earlier how I had jumped on an airplane the week prior and was sitting next to a gentleman who was he was a leader in another network marketing company, and I'll refer to it as kind of a pure MLM type of a company that was very honestly just about the money. And he would sell anything to anybody to get the money, to maximize on the compensation plan. And as I was sitting next to him, it just continued to reaffirm in my mind, we are in the right place, doing the right thing. And Carl used this terminology, and I'll probably get it wrong, but we were talking about, the essence of our business is this peer-to-peer sharing, this peer-to-peer marketing. And he was saying, so many of these other companies are peer-use-peer. In other words, people use people just to sell products to. They sell just to maximize the compensation plan, not finding solutions that really meet the needs of what these people have. And the essence of who we are really is peer-to-peer, people helping people to get greater results. And the essence of this phone call this morning is about this, people helping people. Today's speaker has been with us for about a year and a half. She joined in May of 2013. She is a Success Club 10 All-Star, 20 consecutive months in Success Club. She's a 5-star diamond coach, and as I shared, she achieved Elite 10 status in 2014, all the way down the street from corporate headquarters in Irvine, California. Here she is, 2014 Elite 10 coach, Carly Del Carlo. Carly, are you with us?
Hi, Jeff. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, welcome to the call, and especially congratulations on a big achievement last year.
Thank you. It's an incredible year. Hearing you say it's only been a year and a half is still a little mind-boggling, but thank you. I appreciate it.
I think that piece in and of itself should be a great message to people who are brand new in the business to see what can be achieved. And, of course, I think the other piece that they need to hear that, it's only been a year and a half, but it's been a year and a half full of work, full of figuring things out, full of focus and dialing in on some things. And I know you're going to talk about that today, but before we get into the meat of your call, let's kind of let people know who you are and how you got started with Beachbody in the first place.
Sure. So as many of you know who follow me kind of on Facebook and Instagram, I'm only 24 years old, so I'm kind of a young spring chicken, and I joined Team Beachbody actually as a customer first, and this was almost exactly 2 years ago. It was in March 2013. It was about 6 months after I graduated from my alma mater, UCLA. I was a pre-law graduate student there. I graduated with a pre-law degree, and I found myself kind of in a space of loneliness, confusion. I felt lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I just felt so confused after graduating. And the apartment that I lived in after UCLA up in Los Angeles just kind of became a trap for me. And I was so lonely, and I turned to food as a way to comfort me and to feel like I could control something, even though it was something that I was controlling in a bad way over myself. And pre-college, I had actually lost 70 pounds. And in the first 6 months after graduating UCLA, I actually gained 40 pounds back from just depression and eating and not working out. And I just felt so ashamed that I wasn't going to the gym anymore. I didn't want to work out because I felt like I had to work out in front of other people. People would judge me. And it was interesting. I was like many people who have found me. I was actually on social media, scrolling my feed, following people that I found inspiring and people who inspired me to kind of change. And I found a girl who was posting about these fun-looking turbo something workouts and these superfood something shakes. And I said, okay, I'm in such a desperate need of help and support and some sort of guidance that I reached out. And I was like, I don't know exactly what you do, but I think I want to try this out. I've seen your results and I've seen you're passionate about it. And from day one, I kind of fell in love with the concept of Beachbody as a whole. I loved turbo fire workouts. I was working out in a space of maybe 3 feet in between a coffee table and a fireplace. I didn't have people judging me. It was just me in my apartment working out, getting healthier, and everything about my life started to change. I started going out more and seeing my community more. I was smiling more. I was happier. My friendships were stronger, all because I took control of my own health and my own future. And anyway, so I started just posting about my health and fitness journey. I wasn't a coach yet. I just was posting because I felt like maybe I could inspire somebody. And I had some coaches reach out to me, and just people were telling me, hey, like, do you do this for as a job? Like, do you help other people? Are you a coach? And I was like, no, that's weird. Like, I'm not a coach. I just kind of am on my own journey. And it took one person just kind of saying, hey, like, you got to be a coach. You have an incredible story. And I kind of just took the plunge. I was very, very hesitant as a new coach, but I took the plunge and I said, okay, if I can help somebody feel as good as I feel right now and help somebody come out from a trap that they might feel like they're in at this moment, then I will give it a try. I never started this to make a career out of it. I never intended to go full-time or make an income. I wanted to help people, and all of that has come because my sole purpose was just deciding that I wanted to give somebody the feeling that I had. So it just took one person believing in me, and I kind of just took the plunge, and the rest is history from there. But that's kind of my story in a nutshell as to how I got to become a coach. So.
Well, you'd obviously, if Michael Neiman were on the call right now, John Congdon, they'd be very proud of you being being an alumni of UCLA. Go Bruins, right? But I think, but the key piece is, just as you're talking, I'm just taking notes, and part of this obviously is the power you found just from taking charge of your own life, kind of making a decision to do something and then getting started and then looking to help other people. And then it was just one person that reached out to you, from what I understand, and kind of flipped that switch for you. So it's this idea of everyone matters, but it's also you can be the person, or whoever's listening to this call, you can be the person, to help somebody else and get them jump-started. And that person you might be helping may be someone like a Charlie Del Carlo, which, let me just say, is not all bad, right? So
I sure hope so.
Mostly, in fact, let's put it in the positive, mostly good, if not all good, right? So, yeah. But so in every coach's career, there kind of tends to be a little bit of a turning point, something that's a little bit of an aha moment where they really start to take off. Did you have that in your business, or when did that happen?
Yeah, I was talking and I was trying to think this through, and I know a lot of coaches say, oh my gosh, my aha moment was when I heard so-and-so speak at Summit, or when I got to speak at Super Saturday and share my story. But to be quite honest, my turning point was a little bit closer to home. I hadn't been to any events yet, but it was when I got my first thank you for changing my life. And I don't want to get emotional. My team knows I cry, so I'm going to try not to cry. But my turning point was when somebody said thank you and told me thank you for changing my life. And I realized this was something that wasn't going to be a hobby for me. I wanted to do this every single day. I wanted to have somebody telling me thank you, even whether they told me directly thank you or I just knew that I was doing something to change their life. I wanted to keep doing it every single day after I got that first thank you. And I saw an opportunity, and it was kind of like my life flashed before my eyes in a kind of a fast-forward way. And I saw myself as somebody who would help people. And I knew I had a really long, in-depth, kind of crazy roller coaster of a story ride. And I knew that somebody else could connect to at least some point in my story, whether it was a high point or a low point. And from there on out, after I saw that first thank you, and honestly, it was just one thank you. It was a thank you for helping me get some guidance. And it was at that point that I realized that I could do something with this. And just to give you an idea, the person who first told me my first thank you is one of my diamond coaches on my team. And I never even knew what diamond status was at that time. I just knew I was helping people change their lives. And it just became a compound effect and a ripple effect. And I just realized my turning point and my aha moment didn't have to be with flashing lights and at a big event. It was me sitting on my bed getting a text from one of my challengers saying thank you. And that's really all that I needed to realize, okay, I'm turning down graduate school. I'm not going to be a lawyer. I want to do this. I want to help people every single day so I can make people feel as good as my challengers feel right now and as good as I feel right now, because let's face it, most people don't feel as good as we feel as coaches and as healthy and happy as we feel. So I wanted to at least do my small part and get more thank yous and more aha moments for my challengers. And when they have aha moments is when my aha moment continues to relive itself from May 2013 all the way until today. So yeah, my aha moment wasn't a huge, summit moment, but it was just a thank you, and that's truly all I needed to keep going.
Yeah, that's a pretty amazing. I'll just use the word kind of cool thing that it just started with thank you. It just shares the power of how important those words can be, as well. A little gratitude and sharing that. So. Okay, so let's jump into the meat of this call now, Carly, which it really is. You've done a perfect job of laying the context for this about really, I'm just going to say it this way, providing value, real value to your challengers, those in your challenge group. And for those that are new on this call, challenge groups we really believe are an ideal way for introducing people to who we are as a company and helping people get the best possible results and achieving, building relationships that matter. And it's just a very nice place to start. And Carly's done such a great job with those. And she is going to share some of her insights on how to add value. So let me toss it over to you, Carly.
Sure. So, for me, my first and foremost priority in this business is getting people results. I always tell my team, rank advancement and top 10 and elite status and all these different things, they will come when your first priority is getting people results. Like I said, when I became a coach, I didn't even really see the business in it. I just wanted to help people, and my business has become something very successful, at least in my eyes, because of it and because of that number one priority and my focus of getting challengers results. I truly, truly believe that focus on both nutrition and workouts is what gets people their results. I know Beachbody, I'm sure like many other coaches, they say, what do you do? And you're like, well, I'm a coach for Beachbody, Insanity, P90X. It's because we have those big names, and I love that because people know those names and they can resonate with those workouts. But what a lot of people don't know is also Beachbody and us as coaches are super passionate about nutrition, and that's what I find is so important in order to get my challengers results is combining both nutrition and our workouts. And when I say nutrition, I hope all of you know I'm referring to Shakeology and the superfoods in Shakeology. Beachbody has amazing workouts that everyone already knows and has heard of, but I truly believe in order to transform my challengers' lives, it has to come from a desire within them to change everything, and that's mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that. And that comes from both working out, having the support in a challenge group, and focusing on nutrition with superfoods. I truly believe that my success as a coach, as a top 10 coach, and my challengers' success all depends on challenge packs because it gives somebody an entire, I hate to say package because it's called a challenge pack, but it's true. It gives you an entire package. It's called a challenge pack for a reason. And it's not just even about value. It's about everything that you get, not even monetarily, but everything that you get from the support as a coach to the online group, at least on Facebook or wherever you're running your online groups, to the superfoods, to the workout. So it's all of it in one, and it's kind of like this full circle component to my challenge groups. I actually require challenge packs to be in my 30-day groups. Of course, clean eating groups and things like that are different, but in order to work with me really closely in my challenge groups, I require challenge packs, to be quite honest, because I believe that you must be willing to invest in both your nutrition and your workouts. Anybody can do a workout, but I truly think it takes a lot of mental strength to change how you eat and to change how you feel your body. But
hey, Carly,
Carly,
let me just stop you for a minute because I think as a new coach, I think they may get that conceptually to say, okay, nutrition, Shakeology has to be there. But then when they execute on that and go to a new coach, or when they put it out there and someone says, well, I really want to be in your challenge group, but I don't want to do Shakeology. How do you deal with that? You just say, sorry, it's a non-negotiable, or what? How do you deal with that when they raise that concern?
Yeah, and trust me, I get more no's than I do yeses, and I get tons of objections. I always, I never turn somebody away. So if somebody is telling me that they can't afford Shakeology right now, I always put them in a clean eating group, maybe a quick 5-day group, so they can get a taste of the support. But in order to really place value on Shakeology, I talk about how it's impacted me. I talk about how I no longer am spending $150 a month on vitamins and supplements at CVS. I'm now prescription free. I don't drink coffee. I talk about all the ways that I've saved because of Shakeology. Sure, it was an investment in the beginning, but I was a broke college student, or broke right out of college student with tons of debt, but I knew I needed to change something in my life, and I always bring my story back to something that they connect with me. I find out if, they're struggling with finances. I turn that back and explain how I was too and how I had to break down a budget, and I saved actually for a month and before becoming a challenger myself because I saw the value in it, but I had to save up. I place a really, really high value on challenge packs because I believe in that power of Shakeology and truly that confidence to talk to people about the importance of nutrition and the importance of the superfoods in Shakeology comes from all the things I've found, quite honestly, in the back online office and on YouTube, Google. We have incredible resources at our fingertips that if we aren't using to educate ourselves on Shakeology and the importance of it, it's really, really hard to talk to somebody about that. But for me, I feel like I've spent so much time in the back online office, and this is all, actually, if anyone's wondering, these are all tools in the Coach Online office that are right at your fingertips. And it's helped me, and that's why I have all of my new coaches on day 3 or 4 of our coach training is learning about the value of Shakeology because, sure, it's something tough to swallow when you say $129 for a month of Shakeology. People say, wait, that's way too expensive. But when you break it down and explain, hey, I totally get it, but these are the medications I'm off. These are the vitamins that I'm no longer taking. I'm no longer buying probiotics. I no longer get a $4 Starbucks coffee. People start to slowly come around and see those things and see the value in it when you place it back on you too and explain how you had to make that decision too. People relate to people, not to products. So if you're saying this is why I love it and this is why I I made the investment for myself, people are much, much more willing to accept that and to say, oh, okay, I spend money on probiotics and vitamins too at CVS. I wonder how much I could save if I was drinking superfoods instead every morning. So I hope that kind of helped clear up what I was saying. Did that help?
I think that's perfect. And if I'm a new coach, what I would be doing, if you didn't write those down right now, I would go back and seriously, I would go back and I would listen to this and I would use those as examples and start to compare in your life what pieces that you've saved on. Because if we have a premium product like we do and you don't know how to position that premium product, you can't possibly be as successful as you can. And she's made this very reachable, but it's also got to be true to you. So you have to go through that process yourself, just like Carly's done. You've got to be able to do that and speak with some honesty about that. But that helps immensely, Carly. So I stopped you in your tracks before, so keep moving.
Oh, no, that's okay. Well, it's after you might be thinking, okay, so you're saying I have conversations and people to be talking to, but where in the world do I find people to talk to? And I always kind of joke that I kind of talk to anyone and everyone. If I am not bringing up Beachbody and Shakeology in almost every conversation I have daily, I'm doing something wrong. And not because I want to be annoying or sell people things, but it's a huge part of my life. Beachbody is not my life. It gives me my life. And if I'm not recognizing that in my day-to-day conversations, I feel like something might be wrong in my conversations. And I want to make sure as a coach, in order to fulfill that purpose that I said and that desire that I want to help people change their lives, I can't help people unless I'm getting face-to-face with people or virtually. Face-to-face can be Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever your social media kind of link is, or in person. I'm constantly talking to people in person too, and I focus on having conversations. Just when I say constantly, I pretty much mean constantly. I can talk a lot. I'm a talker. But whether it comes from Facebook or Instagram or someone I see in real life, I always try and bring my passion out. And people can tell by any conversation I have, whether it's about health and fitness or about my family, about my dogs. I'm just kind of a passionate person when you ask me about something that I love. And I want to always make sure that my passion for health and fitness is coming through in some kind of way in my conversation. So, to give you kind of an example, I know you liked my example so before. The other day I was in the Target blender bottle section just finding some shaker cups because I use my Shakeology shaker cups so often I needed new ones. And I saw somebody who was looking at one and I said, hey, do you use those for protein shakes? I'm just looking to get some. I don't have any right now. And they're like, oh yeah, what protein shakes do you drink? And I said, oh, I don't really drink protein shakes. I drink this stuff called Shakeology. It's superfoods. And this whole conversation opened up, and she actually, and I think is going to be actually signing up with me today to get a challenge pack. I'm supposed to check my emails, but that all started because I actually just asked her a question, and I said, what protein are you drinking? And it was actually, she was just beginning her journey and was getting blender bottles to inspire her to go buy protein powder. And, I'm not saying every time it's going to be that simple, but just by asking someone a conversation or striking up conversation, asking someone a question, and striking up conversation where you are, you truly never know where that conversation is going to lead. So I want you, if you're a new coach, to kind of just be open and open up your heart and your mind a little bit to every conversation that you have, just thinking about it in a bigger context, what piece of someone's story connects to who you are, not who you are as a coach, but truly who you are as a person. When you're talking to someone, be interested, not interesting. Be interested in getting to know someone, so that way when you have that aha moment in your mind and they mention something about their story or where they're at in their life that connects with yours, you can be like, oh my gosh, that's where we connect. And you can talk to people and build those relationships and truly form a bond. And I say form because we learned about that in coach training, to form a bond between somebody. And it opens up that trust and that willingness to discuss things that maybe are a little bit tough to talk about. Stories are sometimes tough to talk about, but if you open up a conversation based on blender bottles or a Starbucks or something simple, people are so willing to talk to you, especially when you're asking them questions about themselves. We as people by nature are willing to talk about ourselves when asked. So just be willing to ask. I said this on my team call last week, but the best coaches don't have all the right answers. We have all the right questions. I'm a really, really great person at asking questions and getting you to open up. So don't think about it as a way of how can I get this person to buy a challenge pack from me, but how can I ask this person about their story? How can I find out what about them connects to me? And you'll find that it truly opens up your world to more conversations and more contacts and more people. So, and it's interesting because once you gather that information about someone, it's so much easier to connect the dots in a way that relates back to you. And eventually, like I said, with me, Beachbody and Shakeology comes up in almost every conversation I have because conversation is like a ping pong ball. When somebody asks you what you're about or what your passion is, I always talk about health and fitness because that's where I can lead the conversation because it's something I'm passionate about, and I always try and relate back to what they've told me. So remember, when you're talking to people, don't be interesting, just be interested. Be interested in getting to know them, and you'll be surprised how many points in their story connect with what you have to say. So yeah, I hope that helps.
So, it does. So Carly, we've got about 2 minutes here, and we need to wrap. So I want to ask just two final questions, and I'll ask both of them now, and then you can spend your time how you want. The first is, any last kind of pointers to, particularly newer coaches on providing this value in a challenge group? You started out by talking about getting results, and nutrition has been a big piece of that. So that, and then just as you close out, just some thoughts on how Beachbody has changed your life. So one last tip on or insight on adding value to get real results, and then how Beachbody's changed your life.
Sure. My final tip as for adding value to your challengers is just be constantly reminding them about the value of Shakeology. I kind of bombard sometimes my challengers with fun videos I find, fun facts. Sometimes I'll do, like every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, a spotlight on one of the ingredients in Shakeology. And it's a simple way where it's not in your face of your challengers, but it's a simple way to remind your challengers why they're drinking Shakeology every day. Sure, they might be drinking it every day, but are they truly understanding the incredible ingredients that are going in their body? So add that value, add that constant reminder of, oh yeah, I forgot there's goji berry, or I forgot there's acai berry, I forgot there's wheatgrass, and they'll remember, oh yeah, that's why I need to drink my Shakeology every day. That ingredient gives me energy. That ingredient is going to help my hair grow stronger, and just give that value for them, and just create a space where people feel willingness to open up about their stories, and you'll be so surprised what's happened. So speaking of surprised about what's happened, I guess, my transformation and how Beachbody has changed my life has been, I can't even describe it in words. I'm trying to, but to be where I'm at this time last year, 2 years ago, about to turn 24. I was 23 years old when I joined a challenge group, and to be so lost and so lonely and so uncomfortable in my own skin that I truly hated who I was, and to be found in a place where I love who I am and I love teaching other people how to love themselves, and having a team, having challengers, everything about my life has completely changed. I'm financially free. I'm physically free. I feel free as a person, and that's because of Beachbody. And it took one person telling their story to inspire me to change my life, which inspired me to tell my story. So just know that you never know that person, like Jeff said in the beginning, you never know when you're going to have a Carly Del Carlo join your challenge group. That's what I hope every single day when I see my challengers. I hope that they feel and see what I've done, and I hope I can inspire them enough to have this moment on a National Wakeup Call next year, telling their story and saying, because Carly told her story or invited me, I'm now an elite top 10 coach, or I've changed 200 people's lives. So just think of it as a way of every single person you have that you meet and talk to you have the ability to change their life. And when I say change their life, it's completely changed, and I'm so, so grateful. So yeah.
Well, Carly, thank you so much. As we wrap up, coaches, I look at this and I go, so here's a young woman who started, some really 13 months ago, started out as a customer, but 13 months ago, and then she started to do things. And, a couple of, one of the takeaways that I really took on this is the importance of Shakeology, but preparation about knowing what the product is. I always tell my kids the 6 Ps. Prior proper planning prevents poor performance. Prior proper planning prevents poor performance. And you may think that's a little gimmicky, but from the which it is, but from the standpoint of knowing what your products are and how to share them, that puts you in a position where you are prepared and to perform well. So learn about Shakeology. Spend time, invest so that you can talk about that. And then you've got to go. Then you've got to really act. You've got to get out there and you've got to share and be interesting and talk to people, as Carly just shared, wherever that is. Sometimes, and I shared this on a call the other day with some elite coaches, but sometimes we think preparation is progress. And while preparation is important, getting ready to go is important, it can also be a delaying tactic for actually going out there and doing it. This week, what I'd challenge you to do is to go learn something more about Shakeology. Then get out on the streets, get on your Facebook page, and practice what you learned and talk to people. Put it into place in your Team Cup. Get results. Learn from what you do. That's how this business is built. Again, and it is peer-to-peer, people who care about people, not people using people, people who care about people. That's how this business is built. So, coaches, thank you for joining us today. Let's make this a great week. Carly, thank you so much for joining us today. And, Sandy, I'll throw it back over to you.
Thanks, Jeff. Carly, nice job. First time on the call. Everybody, that was super good information. We're going to try and get that replay number up as soon as possible. You guys know the number. Say it with me, 832-225-5065. Make it a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.